In the lush, sparkling expanse of Pixie Hollow, a place where magic hummed in the air and laughter filled the sky, something was terribly wrong. Tinkerbell, the fearless and fiercely independent Tinker Fairy, was inspecting her workshop when she noticed it. Her precious supply of magical dust, the key to fairy flight and enchantment, had mysteriously vanished. With the Grand Fairy Festival just days away, panic set in as the other fairies struggled to perform their duties without the crucial dust. Tinkerbell, known for solving every problem on her own, was thrown off balance. But this time, her usual stubbornness wouldn't suffice. Realizing the gravity of the situation, she hesitantly decided to seek help. That's when she encountered Gus, a shy, bumbling garden gnome who had long admired the fairies from a distance, but was always too afraid to speak up. With his round, nervous eyes and his penchant for tripping over his own feet, Gus was anything but the hero Tinkerbell expected. "Why me?" Gus asked, his voice quivering like a leaf in the wind as Tinkerbell set her determined eyes on him. "Because, Gus," she said with a sigh, "I can't do this alone." Together, they ventured beyond the cozy borders of Pixie Hollow, where the forest grew darker and more twisted, filled with strange creatures and hidden dangers. Along the way, they faced playful but troublesome forest sprites who delighted in throwing them off course, and a bramble maze so dense it seemed to have a mind of its own. But the real challenge lay ahead, the enchanted thicket, a mysterious stretch of woods that even Tinkerbell dreaded. Legends whispered of its ancient magic, dark, unpredictable, and capable of twisting reality itself. There, in the heart of the thicket, they met a wise old owl named Orla. Perched high on a gnarled tree branch, Orla spoke cryptically about the dust's disappearance. "It wasn't taken by just any creature," she hooted. "The magic is tied to something much older. Find the one who holds the secret, and you'll find your dust." As they ventured deeper, Tinkerbell's resolve wavered. The enchanted thicket felt wrong, its air thick with tension and shadows that seemed to pulse with an unnatural rhythm. But Gus, despite his clumsiness, began to grow bolder, pointing out clues that Tinkerbell missed. His curiosity, which once had been a source of his anxiety, now became his strength. Their quest led them to an unexpected culprit, a jealous fairy named Marlowe, who had stolen the dust out of bitterness and envy. Marlowe had long been envious of Tinkerbell's spotlight as the Tinker Fairy, feeling overlooked and unappreciated. In a moment of spite, she had taken the dust to disrupt the festival and make the fairies feel vulnerable and powerless. Tinkerbell and Gus confronted her in the heart of the thicket, where magic swirled in the air like a storm. But it wasn't force or anger that won the day. Tinkerbell, with her newfound understanding of trust, extended an olive branch to Marlowe, asking her to join in the festival instead of causing harm. Gus, his voice steady and brave now, added, "You don't have to do this. We all have something special." The sincerity in their words, coupled with Gus's quiet courage, softened Marlowe's heart. She returned the dust, realizing that no one had ever truly seen her until now. Together, Tinkerbell, Gus, and Marlowe returned to Pixie Hollow, where the Grand Fairy Festival went off without a hitch. And that year, as the fairies celebrated under a sky glittering with magic, everyone learned a valuable lesson. Magic, like friendship, is most powerful when it's shared. Tinkerbell discovered that sometimes the strongest solution comes from the most unexpected places, and Gus found his place among the fairies, not as a hero of grand gestures, but as a quiet, steady friend.